Hi everyone and welcome to your daily tarot reading. This is for Thursday the 29th of March. I'm using the Cosmic Tarot for today's reading. Let's have a look at what the tarot wants you to be aware of and what this day is all about in terms of the energy. So let's choose 3 cards here. We've got the Ace of Wands, and that's a really good sign. Then we have the Strength card, wonderful. And finally we have the Prince of Pentacles. Amazing. The Ace of Wands, an ace card is always the gift of that suit. So the suit of Wands has to do with fire, really feeling something internally and feeling driven to do something with that fire. So I feel this amazing passion to create. So I'm going to draw a wonderful picture that's really going to capture these feelings that I've got, and that's really an expression of what I'm feeling on the inside. Now, ace cards are a gift from the universe, and what you're being gifted with is this sense of creativity that's just so intense and powerful that it wants to come out of you. So you're being made a channel for the universe, and it's really nicely drawn in this deck actually, because this wand is in the middle of the universe and is kind of piercing the world or piercing the planet there. So what's happening is that the universe is giving you this amazing fiery energy. You're receiving it. It's coming through your crown chakra and it's moving down through your whole system. You can look at this as a spine almost with each of the different chakras, and ultimately it lands in the physical world, and it's up to you to really take that energy and to use it in some way that's going to allow you to create something that will end up being your life purpose or being a passion of yours, or that will lead you nearer to discovering what your life purpose is. The Suit of Wands has to do with fulfilling your dreams and living your life the way you're meant to live it. And we all have things that have been given to us by the universe which we're good at. Some people are very good at analyzing information. Other people are great at making changes and being adaptable and flexible. Other people can study one specific area and become an expert and really innovate new ideas within their chosen vocation. Regardless of how it manifests within you, the fire is so strong that it's going to come out of you in some way. It's the difference between being a creative person and being an artist and having a day which feels kind of bland and ho-hum, and you get to work, but it feels like, a chore. And other days where you're so creative, you're buzzing, and you're, jumping up and down because you've got so much fire in you that something has to kind of land on the page. And that's the kind of day that you've got today. You're really being gifted with lots of energy which has to do with your specific purpose. So it's not energy that's about romance. It's not energy that's concerned with taking care of other people or making money. This is energy about living your most authentic truth and really expressing yourself in a way that you will feel very pleased with. Other people may not care about art the way you do, or they may not care about doing sessions in psychology the way you do, but this is your present from the universe, and this is you doing something that's meaningful to you personally. So you have to discover, first of all, what's meaningful to you. If your parents want you to be a world-class swimmer and you could care less, then even if you have great success in swimming, it won't mean anything to you. But if no one wants you to be a medium, but you do it anyway because it's something that you care about and you find success in that, then it'll feel much better, even though you don't have the support of family or friends. It's one of your dreams, and when you realize one of your dreams, then that's really meaningful, and it's something that you can be proud of. The next card is Strength, and Strength is being able to overcome the inner difficulties, so the inner demons. I'm not good enough, I'm not qualified enough, I don't have what it takes, and being able to overcome those and really overcome them with style and grace. And in this deck, it's really interesting because she's using this as a t-shirt. Her inner demons and the ego telling her that she can't do things because of certain problems that she's got, which are untrue messages, are so far away from her that it's become abstract, and it's not even a real line, it's a representation of a line, and she's using that to kind of cover herself. She's using her hang-ups as a way of decorating herself. So she's almost making fun of the ego today. She's so on top of things, she feels so strong and wise that she can take the ego voice, which is always saying negative things. You can't go to university because you're not clever, and you won't attract this person because you're not attractive enough. All of these things, because the ego wants us to be miserable, and it wants us to just recycle over and over again. So it fills you with all these negative messages so that you settle for something that isn't a passion. You just settle for doing something that anyone can do, and that's when the ego wins. She's figured this out. She's wise, and she's not going to let herself be put into a situation or a role that's beneath her, and she's having fun with it. She's saying, I know I get these negative messages, but I'm using them to draw something, and she's created something beautiful out of her negative thoughts, and she's transformed them and made them something beautiful that she can actually wear and look even more fabulous in. So it's about transformation, this card. It's about taking your fears and transforming them into your strength. And then finally we have the Prince of Pentacles, and the Prince of Pentacles is a court card. It's like the Knight, and the Knight cards are always learning the suits that they embody. So the Prince of Pentacles is extreme. Sometimes he's extreme because he doesn't take action, and on the other hand, he's extreme because he knows a lot about finances, how to make money, how to succeed in terms of his career, how to present himself in a way that other people will have confidence in, how to be a leader, how to be someone in business, how to create abundance and wealth for himself. The thing that he struggles with is deciding when to act, when to have compassion, when to be focused on the self, when to compete and when not to compete. All of these things he is trying to figure out. On this day, the power that you're being given by the universe enables you to create wonderful things in the real world. So to work really hard and to be able to handle things that on other days you may not be able to handle. So if you've got a really busy day ahead of you and you've kind of scheduled things to be done throughout the week, and you've got your schedule all planned out for the day, take on something extra, because you'll be able to go that extra mile today. You'll have the additional strength that you need. On a physical level, very basic, you have the physical energy to work harder than you usually do. On an intellectual level, you're able to overcome the blocks that usually keep you stuck. So, we can get into a habit of things. If you work 8 hours a day and your mind gets used to that, then working 9 hours a day will seem exhausting and tiring. But on this day, you have the additional energy so that if you do work 8 hours, you can add another hour on top of that and really not suffer, because you're doing work that you're enjoying, and you have the energy to lift you from your existing kind of level of productivity and to heighten you and to make you far more productive. So load your schedule and add extra work and bite off more than you can chew, because you are able to deal with it today. You can create, you can deal with more things than you're able to handle on other days. You're not going to become overwhelmed, and you'll be able to do a really, really good job. And that will teach you about your own resilience, about your own ability to be practical, to work hard, and to rely on yourself as someone who is able to make changes in the real world, and you can rely on yourself for your security. So you're building a stronger relationship with yourself by almost making fun of the ego because you're so strong and you get to know yourself so well that the ego becomes something that is external to you and you can see it for what it is. It took me a long time. My ego voice has always been, you're not good enough. And it took me a long time to actually identify that voice and that message for what it is. For a long time, it was this vague sense of feeling uneasy. And it took me a while to actually hear those words, you're not good enough, that was the message I was being given. Once I actually narrowed it down to put it into that sentence, that's what the ego was giving me, I identified it. And after I identified it, then I was able to look at it, and every time it came up, I had a choice, and I could practice whether I was immediately going to believe that or whether I could just see it for what it is, let it go, and keep doing with what I was doing without being hooked into it and without reacting to it. And the thing that helped me most in creating space between the ego and my negative thinking and my reaction to those thoughts was doing the Course in Miracles. I haven't mentioned that in a while, but the Course in Miracles is a really great course. It's made up of a textbook, which is very, very complicated to read, but there's a workbook at the end of the book, and that's 1 year. So it's 365 lessons, and those are really easy to do. And it's a great course because it helps you learn that just because you think something doesn't necessarily make it true. And just because you think something doesn't mean you have to act on it. You can decide and you can be free from your own thoughts. Today is one of those days where you naturally learn that without doing things like the Course in Miracles. You know that you can trust yourself and that you can be productive and fulfilled. And by the end of this day, you're going to be really, really happy with what you've achieved if you allow yourself to be productive and if you allow yourself to work and if you don't let those negative thoughts hold you back. This lion has really pretty eyes, by the way. I've been looking at those for a while. Really kind of human, expressive, beautiful eyes. So don't be fooled by that. The ego is not your friend. It's not trying to keep you safe. It's holding you down and it's preventing you from achieving your real mission. Number-wise, we've got 1, and 1 is 2, and 11 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4, and 4 is about structure. So you can really work hard to create structure in your life. Financial structure, financial security, job structure, applying for new jobs, going to a job interview today, working harder to fulfill what you need to do in the week. You can really, really do much more than you can on other days. So I hope you have a fabulous day. Work hard. If you're retired as well, you can work at what it is you love to do and really feel very pleased with what you achieve at the end of the day. If you're writing or if you're being creative in some type especially, you'll be far more prolific than you would be on other days. Have a fabulous day. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch with me via the website, gregoryscott.com. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.